Good morning. Tuesday, Wednesday. Almost said Monday. I said, no, it's not Monday. Wednesday, December 18th, 2024. I don't have my headset. I knew something didn't feel right. Okay. Turn down my speakers so that it doesn't come through. And then get the show rolling. Get going here, huh? What do you say? How about it? Let's see. I'm not even remembering the right key to zoom in. Now, what's going on? Why can't I see the one at the top? I have audio confirmation. I don't think you heard that. Did I do that?
Yes. Affirmative.
Okay, so I got a speaker bot test. Let's see, Chris Garrett's most recent comment. What happened? I don't know. What are you asking about? Ken Stout, great trader, even the parody of the dancing. He's the one that asked for the theme from Peanuts, Charlie Brown, Chris Yippee. I love the Charlie Brown music. Their parents talk funny, not family. When the first four have to do with the trailer, that tells me, well, that was a well-received trailer. Well, multiple comments from one person. When I was in high school, when they used the PA system, it was very loud. When they talked to one room, we could hear it through the walls, and it sounded like Charlie Brown's parents. Yeah, I'd feel that way when I go through the drive-through. So I'm still hearing that these days. Little high school days. One time on the first day of school, a guy wore a shirt that said, "I come to play." Sounds like something Ken Stout Live would do. So this is a challenge to Ken Stout because he likes getting inexpensive t-shirts, whether they say something on them or not. He doesn't care. I challenge you to find one that says, "I come to play." Let's get this going. Hello, Alice, Ran Israel, Martin Hogg, Selden Ball, Brian Lightfoot. See, I got to watch for these ones that are sandwiched right close to DougBetts, as I think I skip over those sometimes. There are only two hard things to learn in computer science: cache invalidation, naming things, and off by one errors. I don't know, is this a joke? It almost sounds like it's straight up. Scroll that so you can see the whole line. There are only two hard things to learn in computer science: cache invalidation, naming things, and off by one errors. See, those almost sound enough that believable that that's actually a straight up statement without a joke. If there's a joke in there, I'm not getting it. Only two hard things. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, I get it. Two hard things. Here's one, here's two, and then this is a third. And the third is off by one, meaning there weren't two hard things. There were one. He was off by one. Did I get it? Did I get it? Get it? Did I get it? Phil Stodd, hello. It played the trailer again. Oh, that's what he meant. What happened?
Yes, affirmative.
Thank you, Brian. It played the trailer again, then ended, and no live stream. Yeah, I don't know. That's YouTube has its focus on doing the things that make them money, and the things that don't work quite right, they don't get it quite right for a while. Case in point, dark mode, which they have fixed. That was an excellent intro video with the penis characters. I had no idea that the dance moves have now been named. And that you could go to a school to learn how to do those dances. For those who don't know or didn't see the trailer, that was what did Ken call it? Parody of the dancing. Somebody has a dance school where they claim to Teach those dances. Daniel Emberley, Christmas time is here. Vince Guaraldi is the only holiday tune I make sure I play each year. I've almost got that tune in my head, but I will, after the show, refresh myself on that. Yeah. And that is on the Peanuts. I didn't put that together. That Peanuts, Charlie Brown plays that. Oystein, hello. I come to play t-shirt. He already found it. Chris found it. $19. Ken Stout will never buy that. It's too much money for him. That in the Grinch. Konnichiwa, everybody. Do I get points for knowing how to pronounce that? YouTube's confused. Frosty Winnipeg, not Winnipeg. Jeff Ryman. Good folk want to go to the dark side. Yeah, I don't like the dark side at all. I had turned it on 3 computers, and then once I got the message from Brian that it's been fixed by YouTube, I went and verified it, and then I thought I've uninstalled it on all of my computers, but as I glance over at Baby Beast, I see it's still there. Because I don't like it. I have to agree, the Grinch, great melody. I have to search for the sheet music. Yeah, because Danielle's a musician. The Grinch. So let's go get that too. Call it youtube.com, The Grinch. I don't know that I've ever actually tried to go to that way. Yeah, that works. Sure it does. Did no one catch the cost of the school? The cost? I don't remember the cost for the school, for the Peanuts, Charlie Brown dances. And I've watched that over a few times. Vince Guaraldi's greatest hits. Frosty. Guten Morgen.
Chat, please.
Guten Morgen. Now, Guten Morgen, I recognize, but Tag Aller Seats? Tag Aller Seats? No, I don't recognize that at all. Mumbai. No, that's not. I'm saying Mumbai as in the I think that's an island or a country or something. Mumbai. This is, I think, Tagalog for something. Battling a stress headache already. It's only 11 a.m. Sorry about that, Greg. Domo. That must in some language mean that I got it right for his joke. Bazinga from Doug. I think that's a greeting on some movie. Is that a cultural reference? Amazon's arrow is upside down on the box. Oh, on the side there. Yeah. 5 cents. Oh, it was 5 cents. Yes, I remember that now. It's 5 cents for the school. My wife is a good cook. That's what Mubaya means. Mumbai. My wife is a good cook. That might be a joke from Ryan. Thank you in Japanese. Oh.
Read chat, please.
Did you catch the reference? The reference. Well, yeah, 5 cents because that's the cost of the lemonade, or the psychiatric advice from Lucy at her psychiatry stand on the sidewalk. Did I get that right, Ken? Is that what you referred to?
Yes, affirmative.
Domo arigato. Arigato. Am I giving that R a good roll? Is Japanese for thank you very much. And Steve, I somehow I got your last name stuck in my head just before showtime. Is it French? I just want to pronounce it Mercure. I'm not getting that. It shouldn't be rolling the R. Mercure. That's what
Yes,
I want to say.
affirmative.
Mercure. Mercure with the mer. Mercure. Give me another yes if that's the most correct pronunciation. Mercure. I'm waiting. So eagerly anticipating.
Yes, affirmative.
Yes. He got it right. Yay. Audience goes wild. Oh, I was looking at things that I have to do for the show. I was thinking, I got so much to talk about. And here I am just, this is why Steve Mercure, this is why his last name was on my mind. Because he gave me an email. This is awesome. I want more of this kind of stuff where people are telling stories about their successes, struggles, failures, heartache, whatever with tech. He says, I thought you and your viewers might enjoy my struggle until I remembered to check basic stuff. So he's working on a problem, thinking to himself while he's working on it. I bet this will be a good story to send to Doug and his viewers. That's awesome that you're thinking about that while you're in the thick of things. Working on a problem. My Hotmail got disabled due to some password issues. Idiot operator error on my part. I like that. I don't think I've thought of that before. It's an IO error. Idiot operator. I'm sure lots of you have known that tease for a long time. That's the first time I came across it. This morning, I was able to successfully get the account reactivated. However, I was not getting any current emails. Even test emails from another account did not show up in Hotmail. The test emails were not bouncing, so they were going somewhere. The emails were not showing up in focused, other, or junk mail. Nothing was bouncing back from my other account. I could send emails from my Hotmail account just fine. It was then that I noticed from the number of emails in the Hotmail account that sent items were showing up. So he'd send an email, send the test email, and the number of emails on the receiving account would increment up by one. It says it's coming in, but I don't see it. Nuts, frustration. Perhaps the Borg were assimilating my emails. No, duh. When looking at the filters, I noticed that my emails were being sorted in such a way that the most recent mails were on the bottom. One click and duh, it's working. All right, here we go. Here comes a one in chat. If you have experienced the situation where you spend a lot of time troubleshooting something that you're convinced you've come up with something that nobody else has seen, and then you realize some stupid little thing that you missed, and there it's solved. Give me one in chat if you have experienced that. 0 if you have not. Even us longtime tech folks can still forget about the basic stuff when troubleshooting. Best wishes. I'm seeing a bunch of ones. Steve Mercure, you are in good company. These are good people to be in company of. It's a V01. Figure that one out. When my late wife's Outlook.com email got disabled by accident, Microsoft required a month wait to re-enable after following their instructions. I don't remember exactly what now. What now? Yeah, that's interesting. Got disabled by accident, required a month to re-enable. Why would that be? That's curious. I don't know. There's some vague in the back of my mind recollection of something like that. No, I still have not got 24H2. Has not been offered to me. I'm not going to go seek it. Greg M., see you later. Hope you feel better. All right, looks like I'm caught up with everything. What are we going to do with this? Should we unbox it? Unbox it? Say what? Should we unbox it? I've got another email. Oh, Yeah, this came in to me from Brian the Lightfoot. Chris says, yes, please. Sometime this afternoon, Monday, December 16th, so I received this 2 days ago. It seems YouTube fixed whatever the problem was. For users that have set YouTube dark mode as of now, I can enter text in YouTube comments and it's plainly visible. This was tested using Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, the text entries back to normal. I verified that too on my LiveWindowsTraining-DougBetts account. I have not tried it on my other accounts. I figured, yeah, it's solved. The account that I care about is fixed. So moving on. I managed to get it on another one of my laptops. Oh, the 24H2. Oh, there's a lot of stuff there. Let's go see what that, oh, that's a picture, right? It's probably a picture of his, oh yeah, showing 24H2 is available. So I assume you mean that this is the first that it has become available for you. Adobe Tech. Toby says, if you have any questions or issues or experiences to tell us about in chat, this is the time to do it. I have the, whatever that setting is that allows anybody to type in chat. Toby says, I've experienced that Outlook disabling thing before. Back when I hosted public virtual machines where I'd let anyone do anything and they created a Outlook email just to get it suspended. Oh, you've experienced that 30-day delay when trying to re-enable the account. I think that's what he's referring to. Chris, it's fixed. Gets disabled from suspicious activity. I was wondering if are they sending out to maybe some secondary email or some way trying to give somebody else time, or the originator of the email account time to object and say, no, that's my account. Don't re-enable it. I don't want it re-enabled. Is that what they're doing? Apple security sucks. Elderly, that was not Adobe. It was not me pretending to be sucking on Adobe. The sucking wasn't quite right on it. I was like sucking through a straw. That's the way I should do it. Elderly customer's iPhone 7 now in security lockout due to forgotten password. Instructions required code sent to her phone. Reset requires Apple ID and password. Forgot it too. I was hired on a occasion I went out to a woman's home. Her husband, she told me, I don't have any verification of all this, claimed her husband was a police officer, if I'm remembering right. She had his cell phone and desperately needed to gain access to it, and wanted me to try to get into it, and it had been permanently locked out. I think it was called permanently locked out at that time because of too many attempts. And I tinkered with it. Didn't really tinker with it because it was permanently locked out. I contemplated things to do, and then in the back of my head, without actually saying it to her, I just got to feeling uneasy with this. How do I know this? How do I know that this woman didn't actually just steal someone else's phone or find it or something? I've got absolutely no validation that this is legit. So I think I wound up telling her, no, I have nothing I can do with it. I don't think I charged her for the service. My wife guessed the password too many times and got locked. Yeah, do not do that. You got to have backup methods. And the problem is that the people who wind up forgetting don't know enough to have backup methods. And that's kind of a hazard or a danger with face unlocking. If the face unlocking somehow gets broken and it's been so long since they actually use a password to get to the account that they've totally forgotten and they don't have any secure place where they write passwords down. They don't have a password manager where it's stored. That is such an easy trap for people to fall into. But I think if you don't have backups these days, I think the cell phone, well, not providers, but the operating system manufacturers, I think they prompt you if you don't have any kind of backup method. I don't know if that's happening now or not. They had a bunch of hoops to jump through to prove their identity and get the account unlocked. Even secret questions. When they have the questions for you to answer, it's been a little sketchy sometimes trying to get the right answer for clients when I'm working with them. It's not the first time, but the first time I've seen it offered instead of automatic for 24H2. It's not the first time 24H2 is offered, but first time I've seen it be offered instead of automatic. That's interesting. Yeah, because it didn't just come as an update. It's required, well, download and install, but it doesn't quite look like a normal, well, the version updates, the H updates, I think, aren't they always this way where you have to click to download them? I don't think they come through as like the monthly updates come on Update Tuesday. Maybe, I think eventually when 23H2 is no longer supported, then it will. Adobe says usually it automatically installs for me. So 23H2 did an automatic install without you having to click on that? I wouldn't remember that for my own computers. Currently, the only issue is going into Zoom with my camera enabled. Ken has a link, an icon on his desktop that isn't easily configurable. And that when he goes into Zoom with that one, his camera's not enabled, but when he goes in through the normal methods, his camera is enabled. We tinkered around with that a little bit the other day. Jeff is locked out of his X account. Can't get it reinstated because I would have to set it up in one of the authenticator apps, and I can't set up without logging in. I had an occasion where I called, I was switching from, what was it called, LastPass to RoboForm, and after a while of it working okay, I disabled my LastPass account, I think, so that the let's see, is it the authenticator app that I was going after? I think so. And anyway, I needed to get back to it because I discovered that there was one of my services that was trying to send a code through that. And I called their tech support. They were very helpful. And that was, I went from the paid LastPass account to a free LastPass account. I think that's what it was. And something became unavailable to me. Anyway, I called them. They were very helpful. So you might, as a Hail Mary, try to do that. Hopefully you'll get the technician named Mary. Adobe Tech, yes, they do. Once it's disabled, you can try to access the Microsoft website with it. Although you get locked out with a message saying it's suspended, you'd have to ask for it to be restored. X support said I should just open a new account. I don't care about X that much, so I won't. You and me both. My flip phone never likes. Oh man, I left my flip phone kicking and screaming. I did not want to do that. I just got a woohoo text message on my watch for the client. Happy that her new computer is received. I guess I got to stop hanging out in chat so much if I'm going to get to this, huh? I do have my address blacked out for anyone who's getting worried. And then which one is it? I think it's this one. Yes. This is another excursion into inexpensive computing for basic uses. This is a client who is being forced into Windows 11. She's not upset about that, but she wasn't happy having to get a new computer. And when I told her about these inexpensive computers and how well they're working for me, including my inexpensive $300 laptop, she got very interested in it. It took about 3 or 4 months for her to finally pull the trigger. So much so that I had to find another one because the one we originally looked at was no longer available. That is something about these inexpensive, unusual brand names that is of concern. Now the company is still around. I think the warranty coverage is fine. In fact, it was one of the more the companies that I feel a little more confident about. I can't quite remember the name of it. Most of you know the company. If you were to give me some guesses in chat, you'd probably get it. They have laptops and they have mini computers. So the company's fine. It's just that particular inexpensive laptop was not available, and it might be just that they were out of stock. Well, packaging feels nice. They spent a little bit of money on a package designer. Is that going to be a new career path that some kids want to be? Instead of a astronaut, they want to be a package designer? Is that a thing? I always check around all the packaging because sometimes they stick little things in little compartments. A VIP card? Oh yeah, it says VIP. I saw that in chat. Is that yeah, I have to go that way for you to see it right side up. Instructions, user guide. Shall we start with the instructions? What do you say? Actually, I do. You might be surprised how often I do go back and look at those, because a lot of these computers, laptops or minis or desktop computers, will have something particularly in their illustration that, you know, points arrows and numbers to the different things. Sometimes something shows up there that, oh, I wouldn't have thought that they'd have that. Well, wow, this is interesting. What is this? Kind of, oh, no. My first thought was, is this a Visa mount? No. You're not going to mount a laptop on the back of a monitor. What in the world? This would be a reason to look at the instructions, wouldn't it? There's 2 of these metal plates. Interesting. Does anybody kind of speculate on what that is? And there are screws, little teeny tiny screws. Oh, I know what it is. I think I know what it is. I'll wait and see if you come up with it in chat. I don't know if I'm right, but I do have a suspicion what that is. All right, so we plug into electrical. We got a power brick, and we've got a barrel connector. Power. Okay. There's a type C, a type A, 3 point something. We got the power connection, HDMI, and is that Kensington lock. Yep, there you go, Phil Stott. I agree. It looks like an adapter to mount a second 2.5 SSD. I agree. Never seen that for a laptop. So we've got an Ethernet, another type A 3 dot something headset, and micro SD. Looking to see if there's any numbers. There's no version numbers or speed numbers shown on any of these ports. Yeah, nothing, no extra information printed. On the bottom, we've got some vents. We've got screws. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The wow was simply because they're all easily visible, and I suspect you don't have more underneath the feet. I have seen times where there's more screws under the feet, even though there are screws nearby. My guess that's not going to be the case here, but I'm not going to be opening it. Now, I'm going to turn this around so that you can see it open, and it is concealed from me. I cannot see it directly. I can only see it in the camera. This has a little different texture, a little different material than what's usually used for those keyboard screen protectors. Power, numeric keypad, just looking for anything else unusual. The rest of it looks like a normal laptop keyboard, pretty big touchpad. And the main thing that we're interested in with computers is, do they make you do a Microsoft account? So far, all the inexpensive computers have come with just going straight to a prompt for a local user account. I'm looking for some place to plug this in on the side of the computer. No, doesn't go that way. Let's see, do I have something I'm obligated to? Says I'm going into overtime. I'm going to try connecting the capture card. I have seen rare occasions where a laptop will work if the capture card is connected to the computer when you power it on. So I'm going to try that. Need to get me a longer HDMI cable. All right.
Read chat, please.
Check mail from Zavi Manor. Mail check, 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 check mail. Somehow mic check, check, check. Mail check, check, check. Okay, got you. Thank you. Zvi, you are really good with this, how you communicate things to me. Yeah, that one is not, that was not going to be a critical thing. But thank you. Good catch. Good catch. All right. So I wonder on this, do I have, oh, I do have, yeah, okay, I'll do it that way. Yeah, that way you can see the screen at the time that I'm turning it on. Okay. 1 in chat if you think it will work with the capture card. 0 in chat if you think it will not work with the capture card. Two zeros, 1 1, 2 1s, 3 zeros, 2 1s, 3 zeros, 3 1s. Getting kind of balanced. All right, here we go. Or what number if you think it's not going to work at all? It's just not going to work. Did I plug everything in? The power brick does not have a light. No place for a light. Oops. Wow. All right. I plugged the barrel power cable into the headset connector. Wow. Let's see. Barrel connector. I'm putting into chat word barrel connector. So that means the 1s and 0s that come next. 0 if you think I broke something by plugging the power into the headset connector. 0 if you think I broke it. 1 if you think the headset connector is okay. Wow, a barrel connector for power that will fit into a headset port. Who would thunk it? All right, I think we're fine. I looked at on the power brick. There's a little schematic that shows the outside of the barrel is negative. The inside of the barrel is positive. The headset port does not have a pin, so it does not make contact with the positive end, although with AC it's alternating, so I don't know if that's significant, but the headset port only has connectors that are going to touch the outside of the barrel. So only one side of the electricity. Oh, no, that's not AC because it's gone through the power brick. So it's DC. So I don't think it's damaged anything. Brian, what a shocking mistake. All right. Oh, where's this? Okay, so now I'm plugged into the correct port. Wow. You should not let me live that down. And how do I have the keyboard cam set? Nope. Workspace cam. Well, I don't want to leave it on that one. Okay, here we go. Oh, I'm getting it. It's coming through the capture card. Have the capture device plugged in before you turn the power on. Not necessarily the first power on. Adobe Tech, dang it, we were wrong. I told you. Some of you didn't believe me. Some of you thought I was off my rocker. No way is a capture card gonna get it. It's because this is before Windows. No display driver, which means I can also get into BIOS on a laptop. Brian's, what's that smoke in the background? Oh, hiya, windy or stormy. Stormy when there's storm clouds and thunder and lightning. How's the sound quality on that power brick from Ran Israel? Sound quality? I don't know. Is that a humor you're using? I don't know what sound of a power brick. Oh, because I plugged it into the audio jack. How does it sound coming through the power brick? That's a joke. Ski Man, Doug, can't hear you. My headphones are plugged into the power port. We need to see Winter Mute. Need to plug some headphones into the power brick to hear some cool tunes. Brian Duran, that joke went in one ear, out the other. Oh, let's see. So yeah, I don't need to turn back around to that. I will need a keyboard and mouse so that I can face the camera and the microphone. A few moments later. What accent is that meme? The one that says, a few moments later. An Intel moment is 30 minutes from Brian. Nothing else in the box. What's in the box?
Read chat please.
SpongeBob. No, there's another one. That's not the one I'm thinking of. Is that one that has, it's kind of a, I don't know how to describe the accent I'm thinking of. Does that come from SpongeBob? I haven't watched enough SpongeBob to know that. Dobie says, yes, it's from SpongeBob. Pink Panther movie from Selden. Because I'm thinking that SpongeBob may have used the same phrase kind of, in response to the meme that already exists from somewhere else. Pink Panther, that sounds more likely. French accent in the movie. It sounds like a French accent. YouTube, squirrel. A few moments later. Yeah, SpongeBob time card. So let me listen to this. I don't have Chrome audio turned on, so you shouldn't hear this. Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking. So that's from SpongeBob. Okay. SpongeBob time card number 8. All right. I did not know. Learn something new every day. Almost. Okay. So what we're interested in here is, do we get a local user account or push to Microsoft? And then also, is secure boot enabled? Because that's another thing. All these inexpensive mini computers and laptops and the all-in-one, they all came with secure boot disabled and local account and no device encryption for the ones that came with Windows Home, which I think was only one of them. Right country or region, yes. Not connected to the internet. Keyboard. Second keyboard, skip. And Chris Garrett asked, why do they disable secure boot? My guess it's because in listening to the community of people, you know, demoing computers, reviewing computers, that we complained about being forced to a Microsoft account. And so they came up with their own image to deal with that so that we get local account. And somehow they decided along with that, because people who were being forced to Windows 11, the big issue was secure boot, and that we have to have secure boot to install Windows 11, that they thought incorrectly that we also don't want secure boot enabled. I'm thinking that's why they did that. And so when they created their image, they created it using an option that says disable secure boot. So we get a local user account. Perfect. No password for the setup period. Oh, Brian says enter an account name. First name, Power. Last name, Brick. These things I used to care more about them than I do these days. I turn off, well, Find My Device, it's a laptop. So yeah, I want that on. Diagnostic data, I don't like to include optional simply because I want to lighten the workload on the computer. Inking and typing, because I don't think anyone's actually using that from the Windows apps and services. Improve the language recognition and suggestion capabilities. And then the rest of these I usually leave as yes. If you turn off the advertising ID, that just means you're going to get more generic advertising as far as I understand. I haven't tried to prove it one way or another. I just don't care that much. People who are highly concerned about privacy are going to need to go and make adjustments down the road anyway, and none of my clients have ever been of that mindset. So the only next thing I'm going to do with that during today's show is to see if secure boot is enabled. You know, why not do that in BIOS just to prove that I can show BIOS on a laptop? Because I was thinking I would go into MS Info 32 or System Information, whatever name you want to call it, because it'll show up there. Or as to whether secure boot is enabled or not. But I think I like testing, improving, documenting that I can get into BIOS and show BIOS through the capture card. Let's see some more comments about the few moments later. A lot of YouTube creators use that clip. You doubted the Doug groupies. There are several time codes from SpongeBob, moments, years, etc. Oh, all right. Maybe I need to look into that. I don't think I have. I contemplated putting that on my buttons, but I don't think I ever did that. Nope. Not on the buttons. So V Menora, did I miss it? What computer is this? This is a, you know what? I never did say the brand. So no, you did not miss it. The correct keyboard. Let's see if I can. Does system show the name? Sometimes it shows the brand name there. Nope. Windows 11 Pro 23H2. Oh, One of the mini computers. I just did a setup of the B-Link SEI 12, I think it's called. No, not SEI. What is that called? Not sure. But anyway, yeah, out of the box, it was 24H2. First time I've seen that. This is an i3. And the brand, all right, yeah, we'll go for system info for the brand. Because I saw Zavi asking for that. Because I'm not confident that we'll get that in BIOS. We might. I need to pop this out so I can see it bigger. I don't see it. Probably better for me to give you the an Amazon link for it. I did not order it. I gave the link, Amazon link, to my client. She ordered from her account and had it shipped to me. Whoop, wrong keyboard. Is it this one? Yeah. I think so. No, I don't think that's it.
Yes, affirmative.
I don't think that's it. Because that's only 128 gigabytes, and I don't think that's what this computer is. But it is Rianafel. $16,512. That's more likely what it is. Previously viewed. Yeah, see that first one, it's previously viewed now. I don't think it showed that originally, or it might have. And this one we would not have got because of the 8 gigabytes. This one's 16 gigabytes, 512. I think that's the one. So we can verify that by, I'm sure somebody already paid attention to the amount of memory. Here we go. Installed physical RAM 20, total physical memory 16, total virtual memory. I don't know where they get the 20 from. And then let's see if we want to see a hard drive in here. I think we got to go to components, storage, drives. Yeah, 500 gigabytes. So let's get back over here, click on this up arrow and copy link, and then go put that into chat. Chris says it has the model and SKU. Oh, what, in system info? Brian says, will an i3 5005U update to 24H2? I'm sure it will. I'll be reporting that in the next show because I'm not going to go much further with this. I just want to show that we can get into BIOS. Phil Stodd saying mobile processors do not follow the same generational identities as desktop processors. That's true. Okay, so then I'm going to hold down the shift key when I click restart. That gets me to the advanced startup, so I don't have to bother with trying to hit the keys. John Williams, have a good day. Catch you later. Chris Garrett says board manufacturer Thompson. That's not the brand of the computer. It's Rihanafel. Rihanafel. Rihanna. Isn't there a song about Rihanna? Oh yeah, it's Steve Mercure saying that doesn't meet Microsoft's minimum specs for Windows 11. Wonder about longevity of updates. Yes, it does. I don't see any reason why it doesn't meet the specs. Am I missing something? Was that because of the naming of the CPU that you thought that? Ran to Phil says, yes, they do. The first digit in the model is the generation. I don't know what the first digit in the model name was. Steve says it looked like a 5th generation.
Read chat, please.
Well, I'll check into that. I'll check into that. Selden Ball says the 5th gen i3 is not supported. Must be 8th gen or later. So I will check into that. If it's not supported, then we will return it. John says you are on late today. We have an eye appointment. Yep, nice to see you. I don't think that was a joke. I think he legitimately has an eye appointment and then says nice to see you. All right, Ryan, I see your link. So yeah, this proves I can get in. And I had MS Infos on screen and I didn't look to see what it said about Secure Boot. So come down here to Secure Boot. And Secure Boot is disabled and we're in user mode. See up at the top of this list of menu items, system mode says we're in user mode. If it said setup mode, then I cannot turn Secure Boot on until I change to user mode. So now if I go to enable it, it should work. Disable the CSM in setup. That's compatibility, system module services, something like that. Repeat operation after reboot to ensure UEFI video driver is operational. So they also have CSM turned on. I'm going to guess that's either in chipset or advanced. CSM configuration down here. I just scanned looking for CSM. I'm going to disable. Video is in legacy mode. Select video policy UEFI first. Reboot and then try again. Am I going to have 3 reboots to do this? Change video to UEFI. CSM support. I have to reboot before I can disable it, right? Yeah. All right. So escape from there. Save and exit. I'd like to get right back into setup. Save changes and exit. Doesn't give me an option to restart and come back into BIOS. So I'm going to watch for a prompt for which key to press. Usually in the bottom left. Nope, too late. Adobe says a lot of these companies send out laptops with unsupported CPUs. That may be true. Phil Stott, I stand corrected. Windows says that 2002U processor cannot be upgraded to 24H2. Lawn Dog, yeah, Wintermute, I came, let's see, before reading that, let me go get back into BIOS. Hold down the shift key, restart. If that's what's going on with these inexpensive computers, that they're not technically supported for Windows 11, that would be an explanation why theirs are so inexpensive. Adobe Tech, I bought one of these before, tried to do a major update. It wouldn't allow it due to an unsupported CPU. Probably another reason they use a custom image. Svi, I think that there is inside mechanical hard drive.
I couldn't find anything called mechanical setup and find my Doug.
I don't care. Well, who's talking to you?
Okay.
Nosy. Mechanical hard drive. SATA. No, that's not going to tell us what hard drive is in there. I know that SATA device type says hard disk drive, but I don't trust that. Ooh, solid state. Ooh. Whoa. Really? Wow. The first two computers that I looked at for her, I looked at more in depth. This one I didn't look at quite as in depth because she just, I spend the time looking up a computer for her and then she doesn't order it. Then comes back to me when that one's no longer available. So at that point, I just got to the point, oh, these things are all the same. John says, is there a ghost in your office? I got no idea what you're making reference to. What am I looking for here? I was trying to get back to Secure Boot. Secure Boot is enabled. It's already enabled. What? So I turned off CSM and restarted. Oh, well, no, I didn't even turn off CSM. I just changed the video configuration. I was at the CSM setting. There it is. CSM configuration is disabled. So when I changed the video to be UEFI, so that I could disable CSM, which I did not do, if I'm remembering right, it wanted me to reboot and then try disabling CSM again. I didn't do that. I just changed that video and then Secure Boot, not only is CSM disabled, but Secure Boot is enabled.
Yes, affirmative.
Wow. John says yes. In response to my question about a ghost in my office, he says yes, affirmative. Or is he saying yes, affirmative in regards to my recollection of how I did that sequence? I don't know. You're confusing me again. Now I see Wintermute, it said see NVMe configuration was, oh, there. No device found. So no NVMe, which it still could be a PCIe M.2. And for this user, I would not care. The difference between a PCIe M.2 and an NVMe would never make a difference to her functionally.
Read chat please.
Save changes. What's the disk model? I don't, can we get that in here or do I need to go to Crystal Disk Info? I'm giving you a chance to respond to that. Or probably try the boot menu. No. John Williams, Doug, you did not enable CSM. Yeah, I tried to enable CSM. It said I had to change the video mode first and restart and then this. Oh, so that's what he was saying yes to. That I recalled that correctly. No, PCIe is NVMe, otherwise it would be SATA. Okay, I meant SATA. Those 6 of 1 app, I don't really care that much. Open boot option 1 menu. G521N 512G 512 gigabytes. I don't know. Does that tell you anything? All right. So we're still going. Sean Gallagher, Doug, that CPU is end of life is what Intel's website is saying. End of life. This computer will be obsolete with Windows 10, Phil Stodd says. I will have that conversation with my client. This is a very low end, well, I was going to say home user. No, she uses this as she's some form of insurance agent, works independently from the office. What were we looking for? Oh, okay. I'll go Windows key. Oh, I haven't connected to network yet. Today's Wednesday. No, I'm sorry. I got to go. This is just going to keep going one thing after another, but I will check a little bit deeper into this and report to you on Friday. Because that's a significant piece of information. And then I'm going to have to look at these mini computers and check on those CPUs. All right, I got to go. I got a client calling. Catch you later. Have a great day. Goodbye.